There's the Schweres. Or before we leave work here real quick, we're... you want a flat surface here? Jeez.
No,
what do you want me to like...
This thing?
Here.
Boom, done.
There.
Here we go, boys and girls. What do you think it is? Oh, what's that guy? Oh, that's a 2080 Ti, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Don't
guys,
worry about that.
I keep getting my hardware I sell to other people back. I don't know
In
what...
this instance, you wanted it. All right?
Yeah, I'd rather have a 2080 Ti than a 3070 to pair with my 9900K.
What's this?
Oh, I bought mouse feet for my VAXEE XE because I blow through them like...
You ruined the surprise.
Oh, but it's not a VAXEE mouse. It's a Ninjutso SORA. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Powered by... Oh, yeah, so, by the way, if you look... well, you don't see my red E1. I had to buy this because David got my red E1.
Wait, no, you got... That's not the red E1. Don't you have a lime green one on the way?
No, it's fluorescent green.
Get this fucking thing out of here, right?
That's my feet, because my VAXEE XE at home sorely needs...
feet?
Yeah, because I'm going to put one on right away.
And you're just going to burn through? Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, if I've worn through one set of feet...
This is why you don't have me do the unboxing, all right, boys and girls?
Okay, ooh, gray label. Gray label. I wonder why it's a gray label.
Is it a gray mouse?
Uh-huh.
Now the labels now match the goddamn
They
mouse.
always did. Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Come on, fingers. There we go. All right, boss. Here is... You got a mouse. Can you handle the camera while handling the mouse? Otherwise, I will take over the...
No, I don't do all of my videos that way.
All right, boss. I'll take over the camera. All right.
Okay. So, this is a NINJUTSO, but it's not a NINJUTSO.
Ninjutsu.
It's a SORA G. The G stands for
gray.
Gray.
Gamer.
Yep. The VAXEE
Did
ones.
they change the cable?
That's the VAXEE one, because it doesn't have the little...
They're rubber now?
Yeah, because they don't expect you to use them as a... We've been over this. We had this discussion earlier.
I have the memory of a goldfish for crying out
like,
loud.
Hey, I didn't get your... I didn't like remember. I couldn't find your cable, but it doesn't matter because the cable they give you.
Look at that guy! Look at that amazing mouse there.
Whatever this thing is,
trolling.
It's like
Elliot hates it. Elliot hates it.
I mean, there are worse mice out there. But this one, on at least, like, okay, so here, I want to, goes too far up, and this one goes too, I don't know, the ergonomics just...
Man, what I'm really looking forward to this mouse, because I think I have the OG that this shape is based off of. You know, those guys from Germany and Game Gear.
Yeah?
Yeah, I want to see how it kind of compares, because I was not a huge fan of the XM2 WE shape. It was all right.
This is a Ninjutso shape. There's SORA. You said their original SORA shape.
Which is, yes, the V1, not the V2. I'm coming around.
But because Ninjutso likes making mice like my katana, where this cursor just teleports all the way up and down the screen when you use it, they're like, maybe we should partner with VAXEE instead. And
it's like 3 guys in a shack, if I remember correctly, making these things, Elliot.
I don't know that VAXEE's that many more people.
This is the Zoe guys we're talking about, all right? Doesn't matter.
It's very fingertip grippy.
Yeah. So what are the differences between this guy and the yada yada?
Oh, VAXEE put their guts in.
Yeah. So they're not using the PCB to brace the walls of the mouse, is what you're saying, is what I heard.
If you put this in your hand, it feels solid, dude.
Sorry, dude. I'm hosting the camera right here.
So they did a good thing. I like separated button.
Yeah.
See, original XE, no separated button.
Are they using Kale 2.0s for the thumb buttons and
They're
the
using
middle,
whatever
middle
VAXEE has used on the E1 that you just used earlier today.
Shame, man.
And you were using the E1 earlier, and you're like, this is a pretty good mouse, you know? Yeah.
I'm just saying the XM2WE has
the bottom of this
Teal
looks
2.0s.
suspiciously similar to another VAXEE mouse.
They got your serial number now. They're gonna steal that bad boy.
I have the physical mouse. Oh yeah. Look, model name XES wireless. That's why the bottom looks suspiciously the same.
Yeah.
And you know what, guys? I like the XES. So
How does it feel compared to the XES wireless?
It's got a butt.
Yeah.
It's like a humpback. Hump.
Yeah.
Look at that humpback.
All right, hold on, give me that side shot again. There we go. Yeah.
Humpback.
Yeah, it's for those nerds who claw grip.
This is a different scroll wheel than VAXEE's ever used. I've never seen them use.
Yeah, that's probably the ninjutso
Feels,
parts.
I mean, granted, I've never felt
it
a
got the
ninjutsu will feel this
RGBs?
good. No.
Turn it on. Maybe it does.
Oh, you want to know how
Got
you
some
know,
RGB
you want to know how
right there
this?
on the bottom.
You want to know how you know this is the XES?
Hmm.
I just realized. You have the E1, which has the even newer guts, right?
Yeah.
What do you not have on yours?
A power...
A toggle. You have a
What
holding
the
button.
F? I got a Razer one versus... I like this little toggle guy with the green and red slider.
But the thing is with the
So much
with
easier.
the digital button, you can cycle through because on the other one, this does settings and this does cycle, and only on and off when you hold it. So if you click it, it'll switch between the little LEDs like beep beep beep, and you just use this one to switch what the thing is.
Gotcha.
So whereas this one you have to do some button mumbo jumbo to get into the different. Whereas the other one you just press the button. If you click it, oh, then it goes over to pulling rate. You click it, then it goes over to lift height. You click it, then it goes into response time. You click it.
Oh, that's how that works on there. I was wondering how the hell
so that's
that
why they
works.
went away from the ka-chunk.
Instead of having to hold thumb buttons and then main buttons and whatever else.
There is still some of that to get to like the really in-depth stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how you can tell this is definitely an XES. Besides saying it's an XES,
Yeah.
is that it has
SORA.
So it's got the
G.
newer sensor and it's native 4K only, right? What that also means is it only goes down to 500 hertz. They got rid of the 125. No more 125 hertz.
What if I
And the only reason why I kept 500 hertz is for you guys playing CS Source and 1.6 because you never change. Because you're still running your Pentium 3.
Rip the Source guys. Still the best Counter-Strike, besides for 1.5.
I mean, with my grip, I can't go like that. That would, that's claw grip. Yeah. It could claw fairly easily. My sort of hybrid fingertip palm is not really at home here too much because this is hitting right here.
That's what I'm saying.
Right there. See, like right there is where it's hitting on my, what do you want to call those? It's like the other side of your knuckles, the inside of your knuckles.
Yeah, the little portion right there you're talking. I'm sorry about the
camera.
camera.
So the hump is instead of being in my palm where I want it, it's on the back side of my knuckles.
So would you say that it's a claw grip mouse?
So it's fingertip grip or claw grip. Because if you fingertip grip, you're going to hold it like this, and you're going to kind of float it a little bit, right? Then it's actually quite comfortable if I hold it like a loose grip like this, right? Or if you claw, you're going to take this part and you're going to shove it into your palm, and you're going to...
Bet you Mooski would love this
claw.
thing. That dude loves his claw grip mice.
Maybe, yeah. I'm trying to remember. I think he has a... whoever makes the Maya, they have a mouse kind of like this shape.
Lamzu?
Yeah, I think they have a mouse kind of like the shape. To be truthful,
that's what this reminds me of.
If I claw it,
that's what this reminds me of. You know how Lamzu's collaborating with Fnatic?
Yeah.
VAXEE's collaborating with NINJUTSO.
What does Lamzu gain by collaborating with Fnatic though? I don't think they gained anything.
Orange.
Yeah, and testing. Woo.
And maybe a couple of shapes. And some branding, yeah.
A lot of branding.
You're like, Fnatic, yeah, those guys.
I mean, personally, I think what happened is Fnatic's like, hey, we want to use an actually competitive mouse.
They were really good at Counter-Strike Global Offensive at one time, and
yeah.
Now they're not.
I mean, I will say the clicks on here feel really good.
Yeah. When Olaf Meister was part of the team.
I can tell you that this might be due to the SORA shape. Okay, if you look at just the click, that's very much XES. If you see right there, like, look, there's almost no, there's a little bit of pre-travel. And post-travel, there's going to be a little bit, see right there. But if you go to the front, that's SORA right there. Look at that.
I kind of like the floppily doodads. It reminds me of a Zoe mouse, like EC2.
So if you go here, you can see that's all VAXEE right there,
flex,
keeping it nice and tight. And for those wondering, well, why do they even have pre and post travel? VAXEE found reliability of the switch is the issue. If you don't go,
I mean that bad boy over pointing right there, that little guy right there has lots of that too.
Correct. So, but if you go to the XES from the XE, you can see all the little things that they tweaked and tuned and everything.
You said they had lots of pre and post travel because of the switch reliability, correct?
Well, not lots, but like because what they
Enough,
did is
basically.
they tried to do what Logitech does, where they have none, and they found that it doesn't fully reset the switch. If you have to go a little bit past and then back up. You can't go to the actuation.
You know what they also found that Logitech likes to do?
Undervolt
Undervolt the ever-living shit out of their switches. Yeah.
Well, how do you think they get that amazing battery life that you like so much, huh?
Well, they also have like great sensor tech. But yes, battery life is amazing on Logitech mice. I charged my OG Pro and I've used it for a month straight.
Powered by VAXEE.
Used 25% battery.
This is probably the best built Ninjutsu mouse ever built. Because Ninjutsu often makes their mice like...
You haven't used my white Origin 1X.
I've used 2 different ones though, like 2 different models.
Actually, I think your whatever your katana is better built than the one.
Oh wow, that's because it's not built great. Like,
I'm pretty sure it's built better than the other one. But I have no problems with my Origin 1X. I think it's the second batch white model.
Yeah,
so.
I'm, and this is the same. I'm pretty sure they reused the color from the Shishiro Botan XES that Muski has. So that's the collab with the Shishiro Botan's a VTuber. And Muski came over and he's like, I always liked your XE, but it's too big. And then I'm like, well, there's this thing called the XES now. And he's like, hey, I got paid today. I'm going to buy one. And I'm like, well, since you're buying one, they just today released the Shishiro Botan edition.
Instant buy.
Yeah, he bought it right. He drove home. He's like,
in his Honda.
Yeah, and then ordered it. And then he thought the DPIs were wrong because he was used to Lamzu's stuff. And if I recall, there was something wacky with the DPI. I don't know if it were in different steps or something on the XES. But I think
they had more DPIs. So you said they had a 12
or something
100 step. 100
yeah, that's the longer thing on the E1. So I don't know what.
Yeah, good. I only use 800.
All right,
that's all you need.
It also meant it might have been fixed in a firmware update. I don't know. It was like if you read the manual for the XES, it didn't state the weird step DPI, but if you read like the product page, it did or something. But that's fixed. But yeah, that's why we have the gray. Like you're like, why does VAXEE have gray? VAXEE doesn't have a gray color. It must be a Ninjutsu color. It's not.
Yeah, it's definitely smaller than the XM2 that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that thing comes up even higher.
Here, pull.
But I feel like...
Pull. Oh, you pulled it too hard.
Giggity.
There you go.
Oh my god.
You can tell that the base of this is smaller. You know, like...
If this is based on the XM1 or XM2, though, this is the shape that the guy who made the original SteelSeries Sensei came up with. Yeah, it's like his rehash.
But the katana is better, so...
I kindly disagree, sir.
I'd even argue that the Kinzu's... XE is such a good shape.
Yeah, it is, honestly. All right, give me that camera back.
Okay.
You can.
Do we want to give him a 360? 360 no scope?
We'll put it down on the desk here.
I think we're giving you a 360 scope, actually. Yeah, this isn't a no scope because you're looking...
It's too close. It's too close.
Unless you want to put it in a macro.
No, we're good. We're good. Now it's focusing. I'm just blurring the stuff in the background.
You can put it down more. You can just rest it on the table. There you go. That's what people want to see. They want to see the shape. So it's got...
Let's see these curves.
It's got a very, very thick rumpus. A decent dip in the side thumb region there.
It's a weird like cut under those buttons. You see how it's like really chopped out in front of the left one?
Yeah, that's because they hang over so friggin' far. Normally, if you look at the XE, which is it's actually the same. It's the same hook.
It's just much farther up.
Yep. It's because of the shape of the SORA. Because they're literally, remember, they're adapting the XES's shape to the SORAs.
I suppose they're taking the guts, literally the same guts out of these machines.
I mean, the base is the same. That's why I said it looks very similar. And it literally says XES is because, like, the inside structure of it, they just put a new topper guy on. And if they found, like, hey, it at a minimum need these cuts, they're probably like, oh, use the same cuts, but put different, like, I'm guessing they just put different flat dudes on it.
Clickers.
Yeah, because why reinvent the wheel? Like they already invented the wheel. Just adapt, just change it up enough to make it. Does look kind of weird, but
slide it over a little bit. Yeah.
So it's a very low front, like almost touching the USB-C down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very low front.
Boop, boop.
I don't know that we can... I'm trying to see if we can increase... Oh, here. There we go.
There's adjusting settings on the fly. Don't worry about it, boys and girls. Oh, God. Suddenly got very dark. There we go. Contrast.
Oh, it should just be
Brightness.
exposure, yeah. There you can see the USB-C. Let me go over here. Oh, yeah, it's much better now. Hard to tell, but it's very flat, but angled in the correct way. It's angled in.
Keeps wanting to focus on that goddamn Cooler Master mouse in the background.
I'll remove the mice.
There we go. Gone.
So they angled it the correct way. It's angled in this way, not the wrong way that HyperX likes to do, which is like...
It wants to focus on your hand.
Yeah, because it prefers hands. It's a hand cam, you know?
There we go. Got it.
So it's got the classic raised butt of the VAXEEs. They all got a little bit of a...
You got that little portion there.
Yeah, and that keeps the back of your palm off the mouse pad.
I think it's also so you can rock it too. Do you know what I'm saying? You like don't really pick up the mouse.
Yeah, but it's for left and right. Otherwise, you pinch the mouse in the palm of your hand.
Okay.
That's why the E1 did it as well. That was the biggest flaw they said from the EC2 to the E1 that they fixed. Is the EC2 goes all the way down to the mat. And that causes when you do like more extreme left rights
or pull it in, too,
yeah, it just pinches in
your hand a bit. Yeah, I get what you're saying now.
And basically you lose mobility because it pinches up.
Gotcha.
The little rounder rumpus that's a little raised up is more agile. It's like a leopard or something, you know, like
Puma.
Puma, yeah,
like a Ford Puma.
All right. Then we got the classic VAXEE side buttons. I'd say classic. They've only been on 2 versions of mice, but you know, the XES and the E1.
Some people don't like the glossy side buttons. I think it's personally good.
Well, they went away from, sadly, they used to have translucent side buttons. Yeah. I like those best.
That was the NPO1 Redux, right?
And the S, I think. NPO1S wireless one. But, yeah, so it's a pretty simple shape.
You'll have to try it out.
Very sloped, very whoosh.
See how you like it.
Yeah, I was gonna do it last night, but then I had to change my winter tires. And
how dare you come into the office and be a good employee?
Yeah, and people are like, oh, it shouldn't take long to change winter tires. Okay, now imagine your air compressor isn't hooked up or plumbed, and you have to change all the fittings because it doesn't fit into your stuff. So you have to do all that first. The actual changing of the tires took less than an hour. Yeah. So, but I went the gray. If you're running the gray, sold out almost immediately. So everybody agrees with me. The gray is the correct color to.
Would they have white and gray?
If you bought from VAXEE, NINJUTSO themselves had a ton more. I want to say they had a bunch of retailers too that they partnered with, and certain retailers had certain colors. Okay. I'm guessing to try and distribute the load of getting slapped. I will say that I don't know if VAXEE didn't make many of these or what. This was sold out possibly faster than any recent one I've seen. So.
The mold face on an older model. It's the V1 SORA, not the V2. So maybe that was all they had in the original shape. You know what I'm saying?
No, VAXEE made everything. That's their paint and everything. That's their plastic.
I guess it wouldn't matter.
They can make as many as they want. No. Well, I mean, the XES is parts that were kicking around, but like I mean, I don't think that's how VAXEE works generally, guys, is the like you're like, oh, but why does this have older guts in it than the E1 does? Because the E1's out. Why don't they make these with the E1? Well, they don't have they didn't update the XES yet to the E1 guts, and they're not going to because like the XE hasn't been updated, the NP01S, which is way more popular, hasn't been updated. Isn't Outset dead? That's why the E1 exists. Outset AX is dead. Yeah. Yeah, you're the one that told me that. Look at this guy not remembering. Here's the guy that doesn't remember the things he tells me. Yeah, I think they stopped their partnership with Outset. Yeah. Also, I think they thought too that they like technically the base design of this, the owner of VAXEE owns that. So like people are like, oh, you can't make a EC2. He's like, bruh, the EC2 is my mouse. So I can do what I want. But they might have had to wait a certain years after splitting off of Zoe. Like I don't like he may have said like we won't directly compete with you. You know, there might have been something there. See, here you go. This is what I mean by oh gosh, you're way exposed. Reset. So what I mean by this is the VAXEE E1 wireless 4K in the fluorescent green, which just dropped, is still in the stock. This, an hour into it being out, was gone. Like the gray one specifically. The white one was still there. I am not a big fan of VAXEE's white and black finishes. Get a colored finish. Pick a color, any color. But they're really good. They're like a perfect in-between between a... Because they're not like a soft touch at all. But they're not a gloss. I hate the new Razer black finish. Ever since the Death Adder V3, non-pro. The Death Adder V3 non-pro. The Death Adder V3 Pro in white was beautiful. Beautiful. And the VAXEE, or the Viper V2 Pro, so good. Those both had that hard white finish that got dirty quickly. Yeah, sandpaper. The new black finish from Razer, for those of you that are applauding it, I don't know how. Like that's like greased lightning. That shit, man. Because it's not glossy enough to be grippy, but it's not glossy enough to be grippy. Yeah, just kind of like I even got David onto glossy mice for a while there when VAXEE was doing glossy. You're like, oh, these lock in pretty good. Yeah, you gotta wear them in a little bit, but once you get your schmoo on them. Yeah.
Another white one. Great. Glossy, too. Glossy white one.
Well,
great.
Both VAXEE X NINJUTSO, black and white, are out of stock. So, you guys are getting a review for a mouse that you can't buy. Or not even a review. Let's not call this a review. First unboxing and first look. Yeah, maybe if you guys ask for it, we might do. I might shout at because I can screen record. Now I got my 4070 Ti, and NVIDIA allows you to record directly using the new NVIDIA app. Highly recommend. Good app. Much better than GeForce Experience. There you go. Some comparisons there of the XE. Technically, the XE is actually taller because it's based on the XES. But it's just much more flatter, lower up front. For my sort of grip, the more middle right there, much better place to put the bulge. But like I said, if you're a fingertip gripper and you kind of like loose grip it, it's going to be pretty good. If you're a claw gripper and really like whacking that thing in there, just getting in there deep. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that right there. Yeah. So it's 59 to 60 grams. I think you have to get the white one to get the 59 grams. Or the black one. One of the two. Like, because those aren't finished. Those are like raw plastique. I will...
Well, I think the SORA is 46.
Okay, well, we gained a bit of weight, but this probably actually has battery life and like actual rigidity of the mouse now.
Yeah, they're not using the PCB of the mouse. Reinforce the structure.
All right, so NINJUTSO sold red, blue, orange, pink, black, I guess. And blue, pink are out of stock. And those would be the VAXEE colors right there. Those are the VAXEE. I guess the red is a new VAXEE's color. Orange is, well, there's orange. You can see orange right there. Orange is a good VAXEE color. And black. So... Yep, they show it claw grip. They sure do. So, I'm happy that I got my gray one. I'll support VAXEE. They do the fact that they do all these firmware updates and every mouse they iterate on in some way. Still waiting for my dual dongle to come back. They promised it, and VAXEE so far, like they're like, I know we're a year and a half late. Like here, they launched their mouse bungee just before they stopped making wireless mice, because they said they would make it. Yeah, they literally actually put out their first wireless mouse before they got the bungee out. And originally the bungee was planned to be out as a stopgap because the wireless mice were taking too long. But they're like, we're going to do it, dang it. We're going to do it. And they did it. Now, if you guys still want a wired VAXEE, this is actually the replacement for my RMA. It was out of warranty because I used the crap out of it, used it for work. They got, I think it's a 2-year warranty. We are outside of that. Most companies would tell you to F off. Half, I think $40. It was 80 or 90 bucks for this, the XE wired originally. $40, they replaced it for me. So, couldn't ask for more. If you guys are wondering what broke, this is the second XE style mouse that I've broken the scroll wheel on in different ways, but it's both been either middle click or scroll wheel. Happened to my white one, which Squares now has. And then on here, what would happen is it would stick or grind when going certain directions. Like it was almost oblong somehow. Didn't really have an answer on it, but the fact that they were even able or willing to do a warranty and a replacement outside of their warranty, you know, like, so like I paid for it like $40, but I really appreciate when companies will do that. Like either they'll give you a discount code on a new one, or ideally like they replaced it with this exact mouse. I do not need a wireless mouse for work, and I can sport my bungee here. So it turns out I actually gamed with it before I brought it into work the other night, and minus the cat attacking the cable, there weren't too many downsides when gaming for a wired mouse for me. I play 400 DPI, have a SkyPad Gen 3.0 XL, so it's a pretty big pad. I use the whole thing. The cables were light enough, etc., that I didn't even really notice. Paisley, the kitten, though, had not seen a mouse cable before. So I had a cat attached to my cable for a lot of that gaming. The other thing I will say is when just doing awkward web browsing, when you're like, having it wireless is better. Because you can kind of like just, oh, I need it over there temporarily or something, you know, like, you have to worry less about that. I will say it does feel more free to not have a cable, but if you have a quality cable like this, I don't see, like, realistically, I don't see a downside. If the difference is a shape you don't like wireless for the same price as a shape you do like wired, I would take the wired shape you do like. And that's assuming because all sensors in mice basically have been good since the 3310. That doesn't matter too much. Shape is king. Shape is king, and I'd probably take a wired mouse with the shape I like versus a wireless mouse with the shape I don't like. Like, here you go. MM731 versus wired XE. XE all day, personally. Let me know your thoughts on the new VAXEE X NINJUTSO SORA G Gray Edition down below. And any comments about wired versus wireless and that sort of thing as well. VAXEE has gone to the point of they know you're not going to use the wireless mice wired, and they've removed the braided cable and just have a USB port rather than this Logitech style like reinforced connector there that has wings or fins on the side, because they know, and I agree with this, that I just switch to a different mouse if this one dies, and then I charge it. I never run them plugged in. I think originally they might not have even enabled that for their newer boards. David was just doing it today with his E1 though, and I'm looking at him all funky. Like, what the heck are you doing? It's a wireless mouse. Stop that. So let me know, questions, comments down below, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Peace.